Man, it's the jump off right here, man.
It's Queen's beat.
The jump off. I've been gone for a minute now. I'm back with the jump off. Who's in the club? Ain't some jump off. With a high with the pump off. In the graveyard where you get stumped off. All we want to do is party. I'm trying to make it somebody for us. But that's what a real mob do. Keep it safe from the top of the reason.
Hey yo,
out comes the beast with the ability to hold the man. It's a late 23-inch rim, jumping out the jazz wall with the 10. You get red up and live good. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. All my players in the hood stay fine. And if you wanna let me be, say ride. It's your draw, especially if you and yours. I rap the girls, he rap the boys. If you
Good afternoon and welcome to BATV coverage of Batavia football. It's Corn Boil Friday, and we're out here for a Week 0 scrimmage featuring Batavia and Maine South. Alan, we're all ready for football. We got the team out there warming up. We had a new scoreboard. We got fans in the stands. We had a marching band. We were only missing one thing, kind of a critical component, and that was the opponent.
Yep, they finally showed up.
So 4:30 kickoff, obviously not going to happen this afternoon as Maine South here in uniform and warming up, so there will be football.
I don't have anywhere else to go. Plus, I hope there's some food left downstairs at the Corn Boil.
There you go.
I like that they chose my lifetime motto of "Let's Eat" for their slogan this year. And these guys are ready for that, especially the offensive line.
So this will be, as we mentioned, a Week 0 scrimmage officially termed. This is a new thing last year, I believe, with the IHSA. They allowed teams to have a controlled scrimmage against an opponent so they can see somebody other than their classmates in practice week to week. And this is the first time Batavia's done that.
Yeah, you can say live in practice, but it's never the same as against an opponent.
Yeah, good to see somebody other than Crimson and Gold out there on the other side. So, and you can't argue with the opponent other than them not being here, of course. Maine South, one of the perennial 8A powers in the state of Illinois, made the trek down from Park Ridge. And Alan, this will be a little bit of a sneak preview if you've happened to look at the schedule. Bulldogs will be hosting Maine South in actual non-conference action next year. So
I'm kind of excited about that. I mean, I know for almost all of Piron's career as head coach that they've gone out and tried to find what they felt was at the same level or above what we were playing at every single year to try to find somebody to play us.
Yeah, you look at the list of opponents that Batavia's played just in the last 10 years. How many schools have played at Glenbard West
or a Lincoln Way
East?
Yeah.
Even teams like Oswego and just a lot of good opponents. And next year Batavia also will take their second longest road trip in school history. They'll go down to Rochester. So that'll be an interesting matchup when the Bulldogs take on the premier 4A school in Illinois.
I was going to say, I don't know if I remember playoffs, that they weren't in till the end over the last decade.
And, of course, then you run into the gauntlet that is the Duquesne Conference. And
see how many teams we can send this year to the playoffs?
You look at it, Batavia, Geneva, obviously both went to the state title game last year. St. Charles North has been to a title game. Wheaton North won a state championship out of the Duquesne. So half the teams have been to the state championship game in the history of this conference. So, and it, again, figures to be a good league again. Batavia, favored by many to win the conference this year, but, St. Charles North is going to be tough again. Geneva, the resurgent Geneva program, a lot of holes to fill, but I think the Vikings are
Their
back.
Defense will keep them in games.
Yeah. So should be a fun year. We'll be back here next Friday night, the season opener. Batavia will host Glenbard West, another one of those strong non-conference opponents. Bulldogs won in Glen Ellen in the season opener a year ago. Uncharacteristically, the Hilltoppers didn't make the playoffs last year, and really, that loss to Batavia was the deciding factor as they went 4-5. And you remember their star running back got hurt in that Batavia game. They lost him for the better part of the season. That certainly didn't help their cause. But never count out the hitters when. So that'll be fun, having them come out to Batavia. And then Batavia will play their second non-conference game on the road at South Elgin, a team we played several times. We've never actually played at South Elgin, though. So that'll be our first look at their home stadium.
Play them at North or something?
We played them. There was a couple years ago we played them at Streamwood.
At Streamwood, okay.
They were supposed to play that game at South Elgin, and they had rain all week, and their field was deemed unplayable. So they moved that game last minute to Streamwood. That was a Saturday game a few years ago. So we'll see them again, and then conference play begins. Bulldogs, they flipped the schedule a little bit this year, so Bulldogs will take on Glenbard North, the team that they played Week 9 last year. That'll be the conference opener this year, a team that gave Batavia perhaps the biggest scare of the season. just a 2-point conversion away from upsetting the Bulldogs in that Week 9 ball game.
Excited for another season out here?
So Batavia's retreated to the locker room. Maine South going through their final warm-ups. Here we got about 10 minutes until kickoff here. Again, a controlled scrimmage. I believe they play a certain number of plays. Coaches figure this will last about an hour once we get going.
Get a shot of that new scoreboard up there. The thing is just massive. It's got to be easily 3 times the size of the old one. And literally an entirely digital scoreboard, so he can get all kinds of stuff up there.
Yeah, so there you see the new scoreboard, functional for the first time. We'll have replays on that, presumably. In-game statistics. You can see the rotating advertisers there. So Batavia moves into the 21st century in a big way with this scoreboard. How old do you think that current one is? That's got to be, it's been here since we've been doing it, so it's got to be at least 20 years old.
It's at least 20 years old. I want to say it was like late 90s or something, I think or mid 90s that they replaced that because they couldn't get parts for it, kind of like the one in the gym. We just use them until they wear out, or you can't repair what's there. Plus, I thought we were supposed to be to the point where we had to have the play clocks out on field level.
Yeah, I'm not sure
where that's at.
Yeah, if that's going to be a reality or not. That is a nice feature when stadiums do have that.
Well, and you can really use that on both sides of the ball. It's pretty good thing on defense if you watch that clock wind down and know that as long as you wait till the 0 is up there, you're okay to jump the line. It just I really think that's something. I mean, I watched it last year when I went to a couple basketball games and how much different the game is in basketball with having that at the high school level. So we might have to research that. Maybe we have a IHSA rules person out there. I know they're out there pleading and begging, trying to get as many people as they can into the referee pool. I think they even dropped, I thought, what was their age requirement to try to keep high school kids out of the ranks.
That's really one of the biggest problems facing high school sports, not just football, but is that shortage of referees. And you started to see some leagues start to play games on Thursday nights or Saturdays just to spread that out a little bit, just for officials' availability more than anything.
A lot of the schools, inner city schools, have to do that. 1, for field availability, and 2, for referees to be there. And that job is not easy.
No, not at all.
I mean,
it's a thankless job, for a volunteer gig.
And there's no love for the guys in stripes out there.
Yeah. So again, if you just joined us, got about 7 minutes till kickoff here. Maine South arrived late from Park Ridge. Batavia re-emerging from the locker room, sporting a bit of a new look here, Alan. They got new yellow pants here. What do you think of those?
I don't know if I'm that keen on them. I don't know if they'll end up wearing them with a white jersey as well, or what they'll do. But
it just adds another wrinkle to this. I get a vaguely USC feel, not quite obviously more red than maroon, but so this will be fun. Good way to ease into the season here. Again, it's Corn Boil night if you're tuned in, and
like I said, that either reminds me of 7th grade or maybe freshman year. It seems like we had yellow pants and they were really beat up and worn out.
So the Bulldogs take the field for the second time. Couple really good quarterbacks we're going to see this afternoon. Batavia with junior quarterback Michael Vander Litgaren really burst onto the scene late in the season last year and had a terrific playoff run for the Bulldogs, including that 390-yard passing effort in the state championship game against Mount Carmel. So be interesting to see with a full off season and the guaranteed starter going into the season.
That'll be interesting. And then you have former quarterback that's now a receiver that may be a quarterback as a receiver. That could get really interesting.
Yeah, Bodie Anderson.
Yep.
I think they'll utilize him all over the field.
Yeah.
He listed as a wide receiver, defensive back, but as Alan said, you got a guy who's played a year of varsity quarterback successfully, and he can do some stuff.
He knows the depth of the playbook, and he knows the things that are capable around him, all the players that he's got around him. And we have a veteran line this year that I think is going to be the key to some very dominant games. If anybody thinks they aren't going to try and dominate, wait about 3-4 games into the season and let's see what's going on, because I think these guys are going to be really good on offense.
Going to have a bit of a new look running back room this year. Charlie Rosengren, who's not in uniform today, we were really impressed with him on the sophomore team last year. And then they're going to utilize the fullback position a lot this year, it sounds like, between Van Pelt and Preston Brummel.
Then you got number 90 that's listed as a running back before he's listed as defensive line.
And you look at the receiving core, you've got Brett Bergeron back for his senior year, had a big year as a junior. And you've got a transfer. Darren Ashiru came over from Plainfield North. By all accounts, he's been great so far over the summer, and gives him another wrinkle. So
reload, put him into the system, and let him,
I read, you talk about the offensive line. I read somewhere what the average height and weight was. It's bigger than like college teams were 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
And the thing I think of, the only team that had linemen like this when I was in school was Morris. They really were the only team around here that had a big line.
So a veteran unit, guys who didn't start last year saw playing time. So as
and there's depth on both sides of the ball. So
Batavia will have to fill a lot of holes on defense. Not a lot of returnees on that side of the ball. Pecor, Alan mentioned, he'll anchor that defensive line. Nick Jancy back for his senior year.
Yeah. He'll be explosively quick.
Yeah,
so what I've seen.
I think Coach Puron said in his media guide that was put out before the season that's a unit that, going to be a big difference between week 1 and week 9 with that group. An inexperienced group, but obviously a very talented group. And
I think you definitely have, a coaching staff that's very excited about some of the position players they have, the depth that they have on both sides of the ball, and the willingness of, players to be moved around and, hopefully become excellent at the new positions. Ready for some interesting football. So keep looking to the left to see the scoreboard.
That's gonna take. They moved if you can't tell, they moved the scoreboard from the north end to the south end, kind of facing the home stands. I wonder, can the road stands even really? I guess they can see that pretty well.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to retrain ourselves here for this, but what an upgrade. So we mentioned the quarterback for Batavia. Quarterback for Maine South is a good one, too. Jamison Purcell, already committed to Indiana University, so headed to the Big Ten. Again, Maine South, 8-4 last year. Kind of you don't want to say a down year, but for Maine South, 4 losses, pretty significant. They made it to the quarterfinals in 8A before losing to Loyola. They beat West Aurora along the way. Speaking of the Blackhawks, Alan, you see that Batavia's got West Aurora on the schedule coming up in a couple of years.
Cool.
Has that ever happened?
I don't know. I don't know that I ever remember us playing in football. Basketball?
Yeah, basketball.
That's a little different.
That's been a good rivalry for a lot of years. But that'll be interesting. West Aurora out of the Upstate 8 now, and when that conference used to be a closed conference, so they would only play conference opponents. When they split that into divisions, look at South Elgin last year. They played Batavia along with Barrington, so they took a huge step up in competition, lost both of those games before having a successful year in the Upstate 8. West Aurora was the dominant team in the Upstate 8 last year. So that'll be fun to see, and a backyard rivalry. That's coming up in 2 years, I believe. So this will be good. We can get a little bit of the depth chart by watching this scrimmage today. There you see the captains for this year's team. Coach Dennis Piron. Coach Piron in his final year of teaching at Batavia, but left it very open in terms of his coaching future. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops.
Well, and the one coach that's not down there in a red shirt tonight, Matt Holmes, still around on defense.
I love in the media guide, there was a reference to Matt Holm and PJ White, been around for a long time in this program, and said, basically telling the local media that it's worth your time to talk football with those guys. And I can believe it.
Or anything with Matt, political or historical.
Matt's an interesting guy.
The depth of one of the things I like to do is head down. Now they finally changed it so I can actually make most of them. Is the Batavia Lyceum former teachers and current teachers and stuff, putting on some interesting programs.
Stick around here. We're just moments from kickoff. Again, just gonna be a low-key easing into football.
A relaxing way on a Friday afternoon to come back into football here. Remember, we have sponsorship opportunities for anybody that's out there listening tonight. We've got lots of fun ways to be part of the broadcast. Well, I'm telling you, that camera view is even cleaner than I think it was last year. I don't know if these are different cameras now or not.
Oh, actually, they are.
They are.
Yeah. That's another upgrade. I forgot about that.
Beautiful, and get ready to move into a renovated office downtown. So lots of things happening.
Exciting things happening in BATV.
Yeah, I've been thinking about what I'm going to do when I'm not on city council. And I think we might have to reawaken some of the early Batavia Access television shows with interviews with Batavians and lots of
I want
stuff to do.
Yeah, once the archives are accessible again, that's been one of my pet projects that I've had in mind for a long time. It'd be fun to go back and see how things have changed over the years.
Yeah.
All right, we are ready for football. So again, this is a controlled scrimmage. Batavia will get the ball first. First pass completed by Berggren out near midfield. So got about 8 on first down. Vander Litgaren, you look at the places where he went to camps this summer, and
I was just about to say that it only took 5 Hawks there to fly in and get him that time.
Look for Berger to have a huge year this year too.
Yeah,
he was terrific last year, and in
that
both
little twist,
special teams and
that little twist move that he makes when he knows he's got somebody barreling in on him works really well.
So we'll see Anderson, the receiver to the near side. They'll keep it on the ground game. That's Henry Hahn. Will have a first down for Batavia.
Hahn in the very familiar 28.
Yeah, taking that over from Nathan Whitwell.
Yep.
First down, Batavia into Hawk territory.
Got lots of good 28s out there on the field.
Yeah, that kind of, you go back, Anthony Scatia, probably the first 28 to really make a name for himself, and there's been others. All right, 1st and 10 for Batavia. Vander Litgaren in the yellow jersey, and that incomplete.
That's a miscommunication on a route there. So give me the pronunciation on Mr. Zero.
Darren Ashiru, I believe.
Ashiru? Okay.
Transferred from Plainfield North. He's a junior, so
I will confirm that this week to make sure that we have that right for the opening game.
second down and 10. Brummel this time stood up at the line of scrimmage. Back to the midfield, loss of a couple. Actually, going to put it back to the 49, so it'll be third down and 12 coming up. They'll make it 11. They moved it back up.
The defensive line for the Hawks is pretty good sized. And the two interior linebackers are not small either.
So third down, call it 12. Two receivers to the near side, one to the right. Berggren in motion, and jet sweep action to Berggren. Berggren gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, and not much more. So fourth down and 10 coming up.
Offense is staying out there.
Why not?
Say if going to normal scrimmage stuff, they'll give them the ball on the 40, right?
So fourth down, 9 yards to go. Batavia will go for it. Vander Litgaren back to throw, has time over the middle, complete. And Koshin with a catch and a first down Batavia. So big fourth down conversion there.
Knew exactly where he had to be. And just a bullet of a pass.
All right, so
even our awesome camera crew can't keep up with that.
So the teams will switch now. The offense comes out for Maine South.
And I wouldn't doubt that they will light this up right from the get-go here.
Jamison Purcell, the Indiana recruit. So again, some new faces out there for the Batavia defense. We'll see how they line up here. Off the ground, and a running room off the left side, and first down yardage for Maine South. First and 10 from midfield. Here comes some pressure, and that will be a sack. 44, Gavin McKelvey, a sophomore linebacker, a name to remember.
Love the number.
So a sack back to the 40-yard line. So second down and long coming up for Maine South.
Both sides are just so quick for the Bulldogs. Got 5 wide here, Dave.
Purcell, quick throw, gets it out, tries to bounce it to the outside, gets the corner, pushed out of bounds, but well short of the first down. So third down and long coming up, make it about 12.
I don't know if I can handle this, Dave. You only have one piece of paper out tonight.
We're going light. We're going light this year and today.
Yeah. Ooh.
Under pressure again, throws, and that one is caught, tipped, and almost intercepted. That ball's still up in the air. I think
it hit the ground okay. Or they marked it down there because it almost looked like it was kicked. Lots of pressure by the Bulldog defense there.
So fourth down, they'll go for it. Caught, bounces off a Batavia defender, And another Batavia defender.
Wow.
Good run after catch that time. And is going to be close to the first down.
Really close to the first down. They're going to mark it short. 4th and inches. At least we don't have virtual measurements here, Dave.
It's just a matter of time.
I don't
just
know.
a matter of time.
The only thing I would say is, that, what are we doing, switching here?
So did they get the first down, or are they just giving them the
I
first
guess
down
they're giving
for
them the
scrimmage
first down.
purposes? I don't know. Maybe it's X number of plays.
Yeah, that might be it as well. Either way, it's a good thing. So now we're switching.
So Bulldogs will get it back. We, folks, if you're watching, we have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, we're playing
But
football.
it's football.
Yep. We're happy to be here.
Pretty big crowd out here,
Yeah.
Alan.
Oh, yeah.
Not a full house, but
I mean,
it's,
and they got almost a full section across the way
Yeah.
from Park Ridge on a Friday night.
well, I think those are Batavia fans.
Oh, okay.
And people streaming in, going to the corn boil.
I know.
All right, so the Batavia offense will come out. Got some new faces out there. Got a Buckley wearing number 27.
Yeah.
That seems vaguely familiar. This will be Van Pelt. Van Pelt, good running room up the middle, out across the 45 to the 46.
I tell you, Buckley threw a nice block right there.
That's the other thing, too. You get in a controlled environment like this, everybody can get reps in this one. And
Yeah. Well, and, you're really using this kind of like the preseason is in the NFL. You get a chance to really see, in this controlled atmosphere, what the guys can do.
that's complete to Coach immediately shy of the first down. Third down and 2. Two receivers to the near side, 2 to the right on third down and short. Koshin in motion. Patrizi back.
Yeah,
Flags
two guys
down.
in
Yep.
motion.
Throw caught by Koshin, but this one will be coming back.
So we got Bergrenmeister down here on the sidelines. I'm going to have fun with this year, Dave. There's lots of good ones down here. And we've got at least one star on the sidelines, too.
A big star at that.
One of my favorite off-season jokes this year is, did you know that the Dallas and Texas Star is actually a rating? Just 1 star.
It's week 0, but,
Yeah, I know.
Allen's in mid-season form
Yeah.
already.
I've been walking around at work practicing the last week, Dave.
Third down and 7. They'll keep it on the ground and get out to about the 45-yard line.
It's good when I have people stop in and ask, so, we're doing football again, right? They got it set up on their phone, so if they're out of town, they can watch, or figuring out which fine establishment in downtown Batavia they want to go hang out at and watch the game.
So fourth down.
Ooh.
Throw a little tall for the intended receiver.
20.
Number 81, that's a Luke Johansson, sophomore. We are talking about that a little bit earlier. Several sophomores on the roster, varsity roster this year, so some talent pipeline is strong. So again, based on It's like they do number of plays, so they've made it first down and 10 here. Quick throw, that's Koshin again. Seems to be a favored target here early.
He's quick and he's got good cuts as far as running the routes.
Like he was one of the, wasn't he one of the JV stars last season?
Mm-hmm. You know, he's one of those kids that I don't know if he played as a freshman. I think he went right to the sophomore team, if I remember correctly.
So the teams will switch again. The Maine South offense back on the field.
I'd kind of like to see him throw deep a few times here so I can see what the secondary is like. That has changed a little bit.
Yeah, we've got some pretty heavy substitutions here. Again, good second effort again. Maine South is picked up a lot of yards after contact here in their couple of possessions.
He's a freight train.
So Corn Boil Friday in Batavia. Always a good time.
Don't make me hungry while we're still in the booth. We don't have Booster's food delivery tonight.
Well, I told my wife I would take her out to dinner since she won't see me on Fridays for the next, hopefully, 12, 13 weeks.
Uh-oh.
Another
I didn't want him to
broken
throw deep
tackle
like that.
So Batavia with some things to clean up in the tackling department here early, but
A lot of cushion there by the Bulldog secondary. And that ball hung up a long time before he caught that.
so the deepest drive for either team, Maine South at the 35. Here comes pressure. They're going deep. He's got a man out there, and it's just out of the reach of the intended receiver. Minnick in coverage for the Bulldogs.
That little tap might have just confused him just enough to miss that.
Again, Maine South on the regular season schedule a year from now. I believe that's the opener.
Will that be here or there?
It's here. I think it's just a 1 year.
Oh,
if you believe the future schedules,
Yeah.
I know those are kind of fluid, but I think that's a 1 year deal here. Again, Batavia scheduled to play Rochester the next 2 years.
Road trip.
The lefty out of the reach of the intended receiver. That's a tough throw.
I guarantee it was tough for number 9 there to lay off and not lay out the quarterback. I think that's a given. Good pressure right up the middle. Definitely a missed block by one of the Hawks.
So like Batavia, Maine South, they're not afraid to schedule up. We're going to pull up their schedule here as soon as I can get my connection back.
Who were their first 2 games with?
They'll keep it on the ground this time.
Oh.
Shakes a tackler.
Another.
And Batavia defense did well to string that one out for a short gain.
Nice tackle by number 35.
All right, Maine South.
Got him.
That's been the story so far for the Maine South offense is, again, yards after initial contact.
5 is that Jancy?
5 is...
Got to learn all these new numbers again.
Like I said, I haven't printed anything yet, so we'll...
And I can't read the print on your tablet there, Dave. That's a little too small for me. Oh, we're going to go down and play
little red zone.
Okay. Okay, this is nice.
We're learning here.
Yeah. Well, this has got to be a cool thing for these kids to participate in like this. Like we said, playing in practice just doesn't, have the same effect as having an opponent out on the field with you.
A little behind Ashiru that time.
Wide open, though. I will have to say, I know it was just preseason, but I'm impressed by the way the Bears have played so far this year. They still have not lost a game in 25.
Winning the offseason, as usual. Yeah, it's...
I don't know. I feel like I'm watching this stuff happen, and it's like, okay, this system is different. And it's not really just dependent on a star player.
Like competent? It's kind of strange.
And when you need 10 yards for a first down, you throw the ball 12 yards. And when you look down the sidelines, you see smiles.
All right, I finally successfully pulled up the Maine South schedule. So they open at home against Lincoln Way East, and then they are at Warren the following weeks.
Nice.
Two tough non-conference games.
Well, again, you don't get any better by beating somebody 55-0.
Batavia will open at home next Friday against Glenbard West and then take on South Elgin in week 2 before starting Duquesne conference play. 3rd down and 11. Vander throws, and it's complete. There's Ashiru, a new target.
Let's see if we can put one in the end zone. Roll out to one side and throw it to the other corner of the end zone.
Well, calling for that one early this season.
I don't know. I missed that play. That's just...
So the scenario here, it'll be 4th down, ball at the 13-yard line. Batavia sends 2 left. Brummel and Van Pelt in the backfield. Inside handoff to Hahn.
Moving the pile.
That's going to be close to and should have a first down.
A few words exchanged there at the end of that play.
Again, these guys got to be happy just to see somebody in a different color out.
Well, yeah, and somebody that you don't know lined up across from you.
So first down, Batavia. They're at the 8-yard line. Neither team has scored here. Batavia with their first red zone opportunity as part of the designed scrimmage. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Quick throw, looking for Bodie Anderson, and that went off his hands. 2 Hawks right there surrounding Anderson, so it'll be 2nd down. Ball at the 15. Vander steps up in the pocket, throws. He's got a man in the end zone. That's Ashiru.
Great route running there by Bulldogs. There was about 3 different choices of wide open receiver to go after.
Darren Ashiru. Learn that name, Bulldog fans.
Yeah, that's going to happen a lot this year.
Good throw that time by Vander Litgaren. Stepped up in the pocket.
Good job by the Bulldog offensive line to give them time. That's the other thing. I sat not with a stopwatch, but just counting to myself and watched how much time the Bears quarterbacks have had in the pocket this year is unreal. How much different it is from past years.
Kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, competence. It's something we're not generally familiar with. All right, so now Maine South will get a red zone opportunity. Batavia capitalized on theirs.
Ooh.
Low snap. Purcell throws it, corner of the end zone, incomplete. Yeah, the timing on that play.
Yeah. That
blown
anytime
up
the ball
early.
hits the turf, it's usually not a good thing. Be happy this year to be partnering once again with the Batavia Bulldog Media Group. Get the kids to do some sideline reporting for us and be part of our away broadcasts.
How much would you have liked to had a program like that when you were in high school? I know you were playing at that point, but
honestly, Dave, I would have been in a totally different world, I think, by then.
just a great opportunity. I've seen similar things other schools, like a sports information director type thing. One hops the receiver. Are they going to call that incomplete? Yep.
I don't know. That was a drum solo or it hit the ground. I'm not sure.
That official in mid-season form as well.
Yeah.
That was a
He's
good
having some
call
fun out there. Hopefully the officials get to take part in the corn boil and go have a nice meal out here after the game.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 20. A little misdirection. And this time,
there we go.
Minnick wraps up the running back for just a short gain, maybe half a yard.
Okay, let's see what they've drawn up this time.
Hawks will go 5 wide. 4th down and 9. Purcell stops, throws.
Got him.
Complete.
Oh, look out.
Breaks a tackle, and he's going to take it in for a Maine South touchdown. So Maine South also capitalizes on their red zone opportunity. And we're tied up.
Yeah, I think they're going to be working on tackling this week. I guarantee you the defensive coaches are not happy about the tackling success of the Bulldogs so far. I will say at least it's a decent evening. It's not 95 degrees at 5 o'clock at night.
Yeah, we deserve it after this summer.
Yeah.
So more plays left for Maine South. So they'll get this one from the 15. Quick throw, caught. And this time taken down inside the 10.
Got our wonderful BATV crew out here tonight. Got everything set up for us. And using everything that they have available. Very nice for us to have the scoreboard camera again and not have to rely on constant input to change the score or the time.
Quick throw, and it is broken up that time.
It's okay. Yep. Helmet just decided to leave him.
Jack Brown got a hand on that one, knocked it away. Let's take a look at that replay. Quick throw, and number 5 blocking our view there, but trust us, that was a good play by Jack Brown.
Right place at the right time. So now they're going to decide what they want to do now. And I like the fact that they've taken the kickoffs and punts out of the mix because you don't want, that's the place that you probably have the highest degree of having an injury. And you don't want that to happen in a scrimmage. And I'm sure the IHSA has a whole rule book section on scrimmages. So what do they want to do? Want to put 5 minutes up? Is that?
So I've got to think that this is going to become an annual thing.
I would think so. And again, it's something that a lot of teams and a lot of towns do. I think Batavia's probably done it for one of the longer periods of time. They've always had that because the boosters have used that as their initial fundraiser for the season.
Yeah, and it ties nicely into that.
And the boosters aren't just about football. It's just, that's one of the big draws for the school. So, they tie that in going back to school, and all the different sports I know are represented behind us down on the baseball field behind us.
Oh, so 5 minute halftime.
Oh,
is what
okay.
we got here. All right, so
we can take that minute to talk about sponsorship opportunities, whether you want to do one game the whole season. I think we might be splitting the trivia up into first half, second half trivia
for one of the games.
For one game.
Yeah,
okay.
We will have trivia, which means I better get to work.
Yeah,
that's what that means.
Fantastic prizes, again supported by Culver's, and I believe it's Daddy-O's
for the other
half. Yeah. So there would be opportunities if somebody wants to do that. And then there are, full game sponsorships. Pick the one that, you feel you'd like to be part of, and whether you have an affinity to the other school or not, doesn't matter. You just want to be able to get the games out to you. With the goal being going downstate again. And
so
yes, we do not have to deal with Mount Carmel this year.
There you go. Yeah, Mount Carmel definitely. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. They were success factored up to 8A, so that's a given based on their success over the past couple of years. Batavia looked to be right on that 6A, 7A borderline, probably 6A, but Batavia petitioned to be in 7A, so that's a 2-year commitment. So for the first time, we're guaranteed knowing we will be in the 7A field for this season, which, and you look at it, Batavia's been 7A since, 2016 or 17, I think, or 17 the first year, I can't remember. Around that period, they've been 7A ever since then. So they're used to that level of competition and that size. So it makes sense, and you don't know if this is a temporary enrollment dip or is.
Yeah.
And Dennis kind of said, hey, after these 2 years, we'll see where we're at, and we'll go with that.
I'm telling you, with the building we have going on right now, there's over 300 new houses being built.
So you got to figure that at some point that's going to affect high school.
Yes, definitely. So. And just wanted to let you know, I just saw that Anderson just put on the quarterback
the
vest right now. So looks like he'll be coming in this quote-unquote second half as a quarterback.
Again, Anderson, the starter all last season. They eased Vander Litgaren into the action late in the season. I think it was that Glenbard North game.
Yep.
I think wasn't Bodie out with had been sick all week or something, and he came in.
Or something,
and then obviously had a very successful playoff run. So looking at the schedule for Batavia Allen, we've got, as we mentioned, we're back here next Friday for real. Bulldogs will host Glenbard West on the road against South Elgin to conclude the non-conference schedule. We'll be back home, conference opener against Glenbard North. Then really what will define the Batavia season, a 3-game road trip coming up. Starts at Lake Park, a team that Batavia's had considerable success against, but then road games against St. Charles North and Geneva. So you'll find out in those
middle
weeks,
of the season,
5 and 6. Exactly. That's going to go a long way to kind of determining how this conference is going to stack up. Because I think they're the two closest teams to.
And I think that's going to be, by that time you'll get an idea of what those other two teams are like.
Yeah.
And really, where is Batavia?
Right.
I think Batavia's got an extremely good offense this year. My mind mainly due to the line we have.
Yeah, I think this offense will score points. It's going to come down to how quickly this defense matures. And, look at Geneva, kind of the exact opposite.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a lot of returnees on defense. That's going to be an all-new look offense. And how quickly can the Vikings get in shape? So after that 3-game road trip, the Bulldogs back home for 2 games. They will take on Wheaton North and then senior night against St. Charles East. And then kind of a sneaky good concluding game. The Bulldogs will be at Wheaton Warrenville South. Now, a lot of people, as we begin second half scrimmage action here, and a completion to midfield. A lot of people think that at least the balance of power in the city of Wheaton may be shifting from Wheaton North to Wheaton Warrenville South. Their lower level teams have been pretty successful the last couple of years. That hasn't totally translated at the varsity level yet. They've been a 500 team, I think, 3 years in a row. But I think that's a program that they're not going to be down for long. And that's so. Like I said, that could be a very important Week 9 matchup.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure when I saw the schedule layout for this year, but then I started to think, the middle of the season isn't a bad time to have to make it happen. So hopefully at that point they'll be ready to have the playoff locked in and, just work on position then from there.
So the Duquesne has seemingly locked in with that Week 6 rivalry game. So Batavia plays Geneva, the St. Charles teams play, the Wheaton teams play. So I kind of like middle of the season, the weather's still decent. Those are important games. I kind of like that. I did read today that in a season opener, for some reason, Cary Grove and Prairie Ridge are playing in Week 1. That's
interesting.
Yeah, that's the premier matchup in the Fox Valley every year. That's a Week 1 game. So,
and I know somebody that's going to be watching that from North Carolina this year.
always fun looking at the schedule. See, Geneva opens against Larkin again this year, so that figures to be a quick start for the Vikings. But then it gets tougher. They play Oswego Week 2.
That's not going to be easy.
In a Little 7 matchup. Running room this time. Look at this. The big man. Number 61, the running back. That's always good to see. Let's get back to our roster here.
That's a big kid.
Colton Payton. 5'11", 225, a junior defensive lineman. Getting the rock here on offense.
There's no way he weighs less than I do, Dave.
Oh, and Alan, for the first time, I just looked to the left to see time left on that.
Oh. I've been doing it the whole time, Dave. Kind of peering over your shoulder there, and hey, that scoreboard is. Oh yeah, it's at the other end.
This one is actually positioned a lot better.
Yeah.
All right, 1st and 10, Batavia. Pretty good drive here for Anderson. Deep
Let
drop.
it rip. Don't wait.
Throws it over the middle, and that one hit the back of his lineman that time.
I think he was looking for, is it 45? I can't tell. It's a 4 to start with. It's in the 40s. 46 maybe? He was right over the middle, but I don't think he realized the ball was coming to him.
So I guess this answers the question who your backup quarterback is. So I guess Anderson will be number 2 on the depth chart. Again, a luxury to have guys who have.
Well, we've seen wide receivers turned into quarterbacks. We've seen quarterbacks turned into wide receivers.
2nd down and 10. Anderson takes it, stops, throws. High ball into the end zone, and that one is nearly intercepted.
We had a reversal of sides of the ball there.
Johansson, the intended target.
Got to play defense at the end of that one. So we are switching it out now, I think. Is that what we're doing? Looks like. The Hawks will fly their offense out there and get set up.
Again, second half action from the Corn Boil scrimmage, Week 0. 6-6 the score if you're keeping track.
Yeah. The Hawks can claw their way back downfield.
I like this, that, again, the different scenarios, you get red zone opportunities, you get
they've been putting them on different hash marks, really trying to, utilize this. It's not just a glorified practice. It's actually good experience for these kids.
So a new quarterback in for Maine South.
12 guys out on the field, maybe. Quick hitter.
Quick slant, good defense. Break up that time.
42.
Matisse Contreras broke that one up. Also, good time to mention, good time to check out Facebook, the official B-Town Beat fan page. Start ramping up the material on that. I'll do my picks on Wednesdays this year again.
I might have to get back in.
All right.
Dave.
Look forward to that. We can have a little competition.
Sure.
All right. So we'll do that on Wednesdays. Maybe we'll do the power rankings again this year.
I'll even try to prepare my brain for trivia this year.
There you go. Yeah, I gotta get to work on that.
Uh-oh. Get him
Now
off
Batavia, almost a 12 on the field. Third down play coming up.
As long as they're not in the huddle.
Quarterback stops, got a man open, and it is caught at the 10-yard line. Nice throw that time.
I will say this. When they start to learn some of the plays they've got, they can't let the ball hang up in the air that long.
Yeah, that ball did hang a long time, but the receiver had created enough separation that he got away with it. But
But you and I both know that 4 or 5 games into the season, a floater like that's going to get picked off.
So Maine South quickly down inside the 10-yard line.
See if they go with any running plays or not. Nope.
Here comes pressure.
Oh.
Eludes it, stops, throws back, and that's going to be in for a Maine South touchdown. Good presence of mind that time. Under duress with 2 Bulldogs in his face. Threw across his body and got the touchdown. Nice throw that time. Take a look at the replay here. Steps, eludes both of them. Again, kind of a sidearm throw, and good looking play there.
As long as you get 2 receivers going opposite ways across the middle of the end, so that's a good thing.
So they moved it back to the 25. And they'll keep it on the ground. And we'll pick up about 5.
Good rumble off the left side. Bulldogs, just like they did all last season, running a couple guys in almost every play on defense.
Yeah, you look at the, quote, starters for Batavia. There's guys who get as many reps as the starters, and that's just, we've seen that on the offensive line for years where you've never really had that drop-off. Even if you've got a young group, these guys have played a lot, and 24 can't reel that one in.
Yeah, it's nice, too, when you're not playing every down on defense, and then the fourth quarter you're just gassed, especially early in the season. Again, all the practices in the world don't get you ready for the fourth quarter, the first 2 or 3 games.
Well, you look at Batavia. They traditionally have not had a lot of guys play both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the season's worn on. You get your superstars. You want them out there as many, but they don't have to rely on that.
Right.
And how many times have we seen that where even great players? Justin Jackson comes to mind where he
had
just
nothing
gassed.
left at that
Tyler
end of that
Newman
game.
that one game where we played North where they randomly put him in at quarterback at the end of the game.
He had one play, I think, that game that he was not on the field. And that's, I don't care how good they are, how strong they are, you're worn down at that point.
And obviously those guys ended up playing on Sundays, but it just, when you're playing 98% of the downs, that...
I will tell you, I've watched a couple of games with him, and he's good. I mean, he's still really fast. And it's always cool. I mean, I don't know if you saw John Rave, who got his first home run against, I can't remember if it was against the Cubs or plays for the Kansas City Royals. He's got a Batavia connection. He's married to somebody from Batavia.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it was cool kind of watching that happen and him get his chance to play, in the big league, see him in Wrigley Field, see him in down at the whatever it's called now, Comiskey Park. But yeah, cool. Got to see him hit a couple of home runs and kind of neat to see that, know the connection.
So second half action here in the scrimmage. If you're keeping score, it's 12-6 Maine South, but not really a reflection of gameplay. It's more situational. So Anderson will throw out of the backfield. Looks a little strange seeing those plain red helmets. So I guess this week is the week that most of the players get their stripes and paw prints
I guess
fixed. Again, the yellow pants.
They might be new helmets then.
Could be. Some of them have it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see much on anything.
Equipment staff is going to be busy this week.
Yeah. There's a couple of paw prints.
Anderson, another throw out of the reach of his intended receiver.
Another Batavia connection out there for Saturday play is I believe that Mac Moss is going to be the starting long snapper now for West Virginia.
I saw a photo of him, obviously, at
I want one of those shirts.
long snapper for University of West Virginia. What did it say? Like just a
kid from Batavia. I'm like, that's a cool shirt.
Also, as part of the media guide, you look at the list of guys who have gone on to play at least some college football.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive in recent years. And
got him.
A man open, and it's just out of the reach of the intended receiver.
A half a step or so from pulling that one in.
Luke Patrizzi, had he been 6 foot instead of 5'11", he may have been able to get that
Tip that one back to himself. That's the other thing I was going to say from the NFL early in the preseason here. Some of the catches, spectacular catches that I've seen are pretty amazing. Let's make sure we don't have 12 in the huddle here. You know the other benefit to this, Dave? There aren't many penalties.
That is true. That is very true. Just the obvious ones.
Yeah, the ones you can't ignore.
Empty backfield. They set up the screen. Complete.
He's out in front of the screen. And wow.
Pulls over a defender and gets the first down.
2 big hits there. 1 for each number on his jersey.
Ethan Mikesell.
That was
senior running back.
I love this. Ref just stopped one of the linemen and told him he can't grab him by the pads and throw him down. I guarantee you that's what he just said to him.
So, first down for Batavia into Maine South territory.
Coach Welpley.
Mikesell, his teammates loved that effort there.
Got a big high five from Coach Welpley, too.
Batavia goes 5 wide. Anderson, quick throw, and that is incomplete.
3 receivers there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Somebody was supposed to go one way or the other, and they all ran just kind of a straight pattern. Frustration.
So the defense comes back out for the Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah. Got the big BATV logo up there now. Love that. Great town gets to, share and sponsor each other and all the things that happen.
All right, Maine South will take over on offense. We're in the second half.
I keep seeing Culver's up there, but I don't think Jane's going to go for that tonight.
Quick throw, caught.
Got him.
That time
There you
spun
go.
down immediately. Good open field tackle that time by Thomas Contreras. I like this, Alan, because we get a chance to learn the new players just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Going into week one.
I'll give you a couple weeks, you'll have them all memorized.
It takes a little while, but
I won't. Maybe by playoff time, I might have a few of them.
now this is great. You got a little bit of the depth chart figured out, and
Whoa.
good pursuit that time.
Yeah. Again, there's a lot of times I see Batavia defensive line. The guys have that really quick burst, first, second step, and they're behind the play sometimes. They're so quick to get in there.
You know, Alan, I know this is a small sample size and not really totally game action, but I don't see a ton that separates these two teams this afternoon. This has been a pretty even matchup.
Yeah.
Throws on the run, and that one incomplete. And there's the flag.
There's two of them.
And that one
A little bit of hand.
pretty obvious that
Yep.
time. So pass interference will go against Batavia. So if you are tuned in this afternoon, thanks for watching.
And make sure this season that you let us know where you're watching from. You can snap a picture, a selfie, whatever you want to do, and let us know where. We're looking for probably the furthest away this year.
I always like the shots like when people are sitting by a fire pit on a beach somewhere with a adult beverage and BATV on.
Yeah, we've had a few of those. I think it was a group of neighbors that were all together like in Jamaica or something. They took that picture the one year. Still, I think my favorite one is always the playoff game against Niles Notre Dame, and the service members gathered around at the back of the Humvee with the tarp so they could watch it in the dark, so the kid could see his brother play in the playoff game. I thought that was pretty cool. That's probably the furthest away.
Yeah, that one might be tough to beat.
Yeah, we did have Hawaii one year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. You in Washington, D.C. with my election shirt the one year. That was quite fun. Ooh.
That one incomplete. Alan, you didn't comment. When I texted you from D.C., I was in D.C. for work earlier this year. I took a similar picture, but did not bring the
Didn't
shirt
have the
with
shirt
me.
with you?
The shirt still exists. It's still in the closet.
I saw one of those. I think I still have one at home. I also have the one that was my favorite one I wore downstate one year. It was Taxpayer. Didn't go over real well when we snuck into Pritzker's office. Look out.
And off. And
big hit.
Yeah, maybe week 0, but there's been some good contact early.
Again, like I said, when you're hitting your best friend on the other side of the line when you're in practice, it's not like hitting somebody you have no idea who they are.
Third down play, going deep again. Excellent coverage that time, incomplete. Lucas Vachino, probably butchered that pronunciation, but good coverage that time nonetheless for Batavia.
Alrighty.
That will be the final play of this scrimmage. So week 0 is complete. Batavia and Maine South, where the scores don't matter.
Right. And the smell of bratwurst and corn is making me hungry.
That matters. Priorities, my friend.
Well, just like it says up on the fence over there, let's eat.
Let's eat.
I love that motto.
All right, we are going to wrap it up from Bulldog Stadium. Get Alan out to the corn boil here as quickly as possible. But we'll do it for real next week. We'll be right back here at Bulldog Stadium, BATV.
Can't wait.
Bulldogs will be hosting Glenbard West. Should be a great opener. Those teams played a good one last year, 35-28. Promises to be another good one here at Bulldog Stadium. Weather forecast looks promising already for next week.
Awesome.
So we hope to see you out here. If you can't join us, again, tune into BATV. But thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Thanks for the BATV crew for coming out early and getting us set up. That's another thing, too, where I feel a little more confident going into week one, making sure everything works.
Everything works great. I watched it on my phone, checked out the huddle broadcast from the kids next to us. Everything's working great.
So thanks to Andrew and Audrey and Jim for getting things set up today. Let's do it again next week, shall we?
Sounds great. I'll be here.
All right. Happy corn boil to everyone. We'll talk to you next Friday night. Good night.